Hi, I'm Peter Baker, a voiceover artist, which means I get to use my voice to bring characters, narrations, all sorts of audio content to life. And today I'm going to share with you what a typical day in my life looks like. It's not always glamorous, but it's always unique. Every day is different. If you're starting in voiceover work, you'll find as time goes on, you'll find niches you'll get attracted to, or you find yourself in due to various clients wanting you again and again in certain, maybe strange areas of work, and you'll be able to offer different add-on services. Maybe you'll also be doing video game work or presenting to camera and being like a TV presenter as well as being a voiceover. Now, one thing I've noticed is that a lot of people think voiceover work is just sitting in a little studio, reading from a script and getting paid. Oh, is that it? Sounds easy, right? But the reality is it's a lot more complex than that. For one, finding consistent clients can be tough when you start out. You need to constantly market yourself, network, audition for roles. Now, some of those auditions come to me direct via email from various non-exclusive agents I have around the world, or are on different voice directory platforms. And even when you do land a client and a well-paid job that's confirmed, there's still the challenge, of course, of delivering high-quality work that meets their expectations. I've also had my fair share of rejections as well. We all do. It's kind of tough to put yourself out there and have someone say, sorry, we're going with someone else. But, you've got to do it and can't take it personally. You've got to keep moving forward. Because the truth is, every no brings you closer to the next yes. Another misconception I found is that voiceover artists just have a good voice and that's all it takes. But the truth is, it's not just about having a great voice. It's about having a flexible voice, and it doesn't matter if one person thinks it's good, the other person may think it's not good. It's able to convey a wide range of emotions. You need to be able to take direction very well, understand exactly what the person wants from you, and you need to adapt to a barrel load of different styles and genres. The more styles and more flexibility in your voice, the more jobs you're going to get and the more money you're going to get. And let's not forget the technical skills required to set up and operate a home studio. You need to record, edit audio files, and troubleshoot technical issues that inevitably arise. This is actually why I set up some years ago a series of training resources for others on voiceovermasterclass.com. And there's a link around this video if you'd like to check it out. So my day starts with a light breakfast. A massive cooked English breakfast is no good when you've got to launch into various voices in the booth first thing. Then I do at least 10 minutes of voice warm-ups every day. I'm not lying, it's a full 10 minutes. It's so important to warm up the voice. This way I know I'm not going to strain my voice, especially if I have a few shouty character voice scripts. I tend to get a lot of these days. And it saves time, as I'm unlikely to slip up, unlikely to stumble, or have to re-record because my voice is not in gear, you see. So warm-up's so important. And those 10 minutes actually fly by. It may seem a long time. I listen to the radio, I listen to BBC 5 Live, so I can catch up on the day's news while I do those all-important vocal warm-up exercises. Now, then I go into the office. I tend to have a lot of American clients, so there'll bound to be some scripts sent via email while I'm in bed, or at least inquiries or demos or whatever. So I tackle those emails and demos first. Honestly, there's so much variety. And also I tend to get a lot of tourism scripts. That's a niche that seems to have found me. Now, before a recording session in my voice booth, which I didn't make myself, I bought it because I'm lazy and no good with a hammer and wood, I usually spend some time reviewing each script, researching the client's brand and tone, listening to links the client has sent of reference voices, checking pronunciations, and getting into character. It's so important that. Just like the quote that Abraham Lincoln is meant to have said, give me an hour to cut down a tree and I'll spend the first 59 minutes preparing for it and sharpening the saw, okay? So you wouldn't just put your recording button on and start speaking. You would not do that. That would not end well. Now, before each session, I'll also do a quick sound check, make sure everything is working properly, make sure your waveform is there and you haven't changed the settings since last time. I also put a solid state recording machine into record as well as the computer with the software on. So if one device fails, and it hasn't yet, but at least I have a backup. When I'm recording, I use my Neumann U87 or TLM 103 microphone. Focusrite interface I record in Adobe Audition, which I find very fast to record and edit in, especially with all the shortcuts I've got. I've learned over the years to invest in quality equipment that can deliver professional grade sound. And I've worked in broadcasting for the BBC and ITV over the years. I've been in the business, so I know that skimping on the budget is a false economy. Clients will often know when the tech quality is not good and they won't come back to you. So, to stay creative and productive, I like to switch up my scenery and after each job, walk outside, breathe fresh air, take a drink, even if there are urgent things to get on with. After every job, it's almost like the cheese between the wine in a wine tasting session, darling, you know? But drink is not wine, obviously, it's water, good pure water, Adam's ale. Hydration is so important to keep those vocal folds supple. And I drink a small glass of water every hour, keep a glass by the kitchen tap to remind me, you've got to keep hydrated to be a voice artist. And as well as the self-directed sessions I've talked about where you get sent scripts and instructions on voice style, timings and so on, you do get booked in at specific times to do a down-the-line directed session. You put the headphones on and you use a system like Source Connect, which is used by professional voice artists, or it could be a domestic system like Zoom or Whereby. And basically the client directs you. Now, I get some days where you get one or two of these, or busy days where these sessions are almost back to back. The client gets exactly what they need from giving you immediate feedback to your performance rather than all the back and forth. So even though some people charge more, I don't charge that much for a directed session because at least the job is done and they're not going to come back to me. Or if they do, they have to pay more. And I have been really lucky over the years to have worked on some really cool projects over the years and played some great characters in video games. One that really stands out is a commercial, a TV ad. I voiced an ad for a major car brand. What made it special was the direction. The client wanted a very specific tone and pace, and it took me many takes to nail it in this directed session. And it was only a small script, but it took 2.5 hours to record. But when I did nail it, every line perfect as they wanted it, it was like magic. Yeah, the client was playing my voice like a musical instrument with his subtle and detailed instructions on how to deliver each line. And in the end, he was thrilled. The rest of the team was. The client loved it. Ended up airing during a major sporting event. It was a very tight deadline, I remember as well. The previously booked talent was suddenly not available. So, yeah, luck, but you win things, you lose things. It's just one of those swings and roundabout situations. And if you thrive under those sort of quick deadline conditions, then you'll love this job as well. And when all's said and done, an incredible feeling knowing that I've done a good job, you're getting paid well, and your voice is being heard by all those people. Look, I've got to go. That's a wrap on my day. As a voiceover artist, it's not always easy, but it's always rewarding. I hope you learned a little bit about what goes into being a voiceover artist and maybe gain some appreciation for the work that goes into bringing audio content to life by myself and my colleagues all around the world. And if you'd like to watch some detailed videos on how to set up as a voice artist in your own home studio, doing the kind of job I'm doing, just click the link around this video, and I hope you'll find the information interesting. Thanks very much for watching.